I heard he would have the massive weight cuts too at 45.
Oh my God, he looked like death. Yeah. He was one of those guys when I would see him, that was the real weigh-ins. That wasn't the weigh-ins where guys were a ceremonial weigh-in, where they weighed in at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, look at him at weigh-in. And that motherfucker looks like he's on death's door. Yeah. And all that flexing and craziness, like your body is like, you could cramp up real bad at that point in
It's
time.
happened to me numerous times. You flex a little too hard after the weight cut.
Yeah, look at the difference. I mean, it's extraordinary. I mean, he's gaining a solid 20 plus pounds of water. So like just the amount of mental strength it took to get down to that 145, it was crazy. But at 145, he's so fucking big. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like there's a giant benefit to it, but man, the cost on your kidneys and your organs and
the chin.
And the chin, yeah.
Reflexes.
Oh, your head, you're just fucking but that was the IV days though too.
Yeah.
You could rehydrate.
4 banana bags to the face, you're fine the next day.
90 seconds.
I'm going to have to go Max Holloway for the win. Can it be a finish? 100%. If Max gets you tired, he's so good at going in for the kill. And he's even getting much better in the pocket. Even you've seen him. Justin Gaethje, here, firing bombs, you know what I mean? Like still being able to dodge your punches in the amongst that sort of brawl. So it's I think it's just going to be too much for Conor. And you're going to just see Max get his hand raised, maybe get a finish. Can he hurt him, get him to the ground, and then maybe get a submission? You could maybe see that as well. When people crumble and get really tired, there's always a submission there. Gamble responsibly, but there's probably good coin for a submission over a TKO. If you wanted to be a sneaky bet, that could be something, because he will melt him. And when he's melted and just sort of going there shooting because he's so tired, is a submission going to be the way to go? When he turns over and just gives it back, and then, all right, may as well take the submission. Maybe we see that. So, Max Holloway for the win, 100%, maybe submission TKO if he melts it.
After so many years out of the octagon, it is clear that Conor McGregor is totally focused and ready to face the big challenge against Max Holloway. The pressure is huge since everyone wants to see if McGregor is really himself again after those years away from combat sports. Whether in gym training sessions or during tough sparring practices, it is evident that McGregor is willing to show the world that he is still the best.
Right? Most people would consider Max Holloway a better striker and more durable than Charles Oliveira, but it did not look that way in that fight. And now I look at this matchup and I'm like, is Max really that much better than Conor McGregor? Can he really avoid getting stunned at some point in 2 rounds when it's happened to him in every single fucking fight for the past 2 years? Is it actually ridiculous to say Conor McGregor, with his specific skill set and the fact that, let's be fucking real here, Max Holloway's not going to go out there and chase takedowns against Conor McGregor? If anyone's going to get a takedown, it's more likely to be Conor McGregor based on their first fight. I don't really want to go there, but that is something you could mention, right? So let's look at this match realistically, right? Conor McGregor, what are his weaknesses? Calf kicks. When have we ever seen Max Holloway sting somebody, you break them down with calf kicks? He's a lot more likely to throw body kicks and oblique kicks and head kicks, right? So take that away from the McGregor loss to Poirier that people will bring up, right? And even then, that third fight, that's not a loss. That's an injury. Okay, Poirier was winning the first round. We have no fucking idea what would have happened if he didn't break his leg. We don't actually know. Poirier probably would have won, but I could easily say the same thing about Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall, but we don't actually know, right? So I don't want to go there, right? I'm just talking about this matchup, right? Conor McGregor, better striker than Max Holloway, more power, more suited to be 170.
And we all expect Conor to come back the same Conor that knocked out Jose Aldo. Boom. That's just the different Conor. That Conor was in it. That Conor was living it. He was training every day, trying to improve his mobility, trying to improve his speed, trying to improve everything. This is a different Conor. Max Holloway's still training. We're going to see a vintage Max Holloway. I don't know if we're going to see a vintage Conor McGregor.
Joe Rogan noted that Conor McGregor's return to the business is going to be one of the most significant moments in mixed martial arts, simply because of his celebrity status. He noted that whenever there is a fight involving Conor McGregor, fans cannot help but get excited. At the same time, Rogan asked everyone to have realistic expectations. He mentioned that McGregor has not competed in the Ultimate Fighting Championship for about 5 years now, which is a lot of time off for anyone in the sport. Although Conor might have trained hard on the side, Joe Rogan believed that 5 years without any competitive experience is going to matter a lot when the cage door shuts.
It's great for the sport. It's like, that's what we need. We need more competition, more eyeballs on it. And unfortunately for the the people that are casuals, it has to be a name. It has to, like, this Conor McGregor fight in July is going to be fucking bananas. It's going to be bananas. I mean, people are going to go crazy for the return of Conor McGregor because he's a giant personality.
But don't expect the same thing.
How could
you
it
just
be?
can't.
He hasn't fought in 5 years,
That's
right?
exactly it.
It's been 5 years.
But that's the problem.
It might be more.
Because
When
they're
was the
going
last
to
time
all
Conor
expect
fought?
that.
I think it is a little over 5. It's almost 6, I think.
It might be 6 at the time of the fight.
It might be.
I think it was
it's
July.
5. I think it's 5 right now.
Are we expecting to see a Conor that looked like Nate this last fight? Or are we expecting to see a better Conor than someone that looked like Nate? Because Nate did not look good.
No,
Well,
and
but-
Mike Perry did.
And,
Mike
yeah.
Perry looked like a fucking murderer.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mike Perry is a murderer.
He's a murderer.
and this is
Such a savage.
You take a look at that, and when you're taking an older fighter, which Nate is now, and you're
21.
You're
5 fucking years ago, July. So it literally will be 6 years.
Then Rogan compared the position of McGregor with that of Max Holloway. Rogan stated that although Max is not much younger than Conor, the key difference between the two fighters lies in the level of activity. Max continued to compete at the highest level and has won many fights against the best opponents, improving himself along the way by competing against the best. As Rogan states, there is nothing that can substitute for activity in a gym, as well as anywhere else. Moreover, Rogan praised Max's fitness, stating that Max is always in excellent condition and will be even better prepared for such a big fight.
But when
Oh,
you're
no,
taking,
it'll be 5 years.
5
It'll be
years.
5
5
years.
years.
And
when you're taking a younger fighter and putting them against the old dog, it normally doesn't end well for the old dog.
Well, the thing is about Max Holloway is, like, Max Holloway
No,
isn't
he's young.
that much younger
Yeah.
than
No,
Conor.
he's not.
But the thing is, Max has been in constant high-level competition the
Yeah.
entire time. Won the BMF fight, beat Dustin, like constant high-level
Yeah.
competition.
That's right.
It's a different thing.
and I honestly believe him at 155 is the best thing for him.
Absolutely.
Max,
But he's not 155 in this fight.
This
it's
is 170.
170.
But
Yeah.
honestly, he
But that's
may
even
he
better.
might be
No
better.
weight cutting at all.
Just no weight cut. Just kind of walk around.
And
he'll-
also, knowing this is such a high-profile fight, Max is always in insane
No.
shape. But particularly in this fight, he's going to be in fucking insane shape.
And his last fight, he took almost no damage. He got taken down, controlled, back taken, and there was not a lot of damage.
No,
taken
just
in that
frustration.
fight. Yeah, frustration.
Bro,
You know?
Charles looked like a motherfucker in that fight.
He's
didn't
so
he?
good.
Yeah.
Dude.
He's so good. Good everywhere.
Using Conor's famous knockout of Jose Aldo as an example, Alexander Volkanovski highlighted how exceptional McGregor's timing really is. He explained that Conor can make opponents miss by the smallest margin before immediately firing back with his powerful left hand. Volk praised the way McGregor stays balanced while slipping punches, allowing him to counter almost instantly instead of needing to reset. It's a skill he considers one of Conor's greatest weapons.
Perfect example, Aldo. Come right at him straight away, touching him, getting himself in, getting him in, and then he was probably ready to do more pressure, but that was more than enough with how angry Aldo was. Aldo doing what he doesn't usually do, doesn't usually come racing in and putting him out of position to just fire big shots like that. You had Aldo come racing in for a 2-3, and then Conor did a great job of just going, boom, counter, beautiful. He will make you miss by a millimeter, almost like they're touching the hands or they're even just touching and encountering. So he's getting you right at the end of your punch, and he can even cut the timing a little bit. Like, if he pulls that little bit too far and put too much weight further back, now he's that little bit out of position where he can counter quicker. The timing's going to be a little bit different because he's got to pull a little bit more. Not only that, now you're pulling yourself over your back leg, out of position. It's going to be a lot slower for you to get yourself into a countered position. He does a great job of pulling and then still be in a position where he can just get that back leg to just drive a right hand, left hand, because he's southpaw, pulling back and just firing straight away. That's something that I've always thought was a pretty fascinating and quite impressive of.
Although Volkanovski praised McGregor's striking, he admitted he doesn't expect to see the exact same version that dominated the UFC years ago. Even so, he believes Conor still possesses excellent timing and enough sharpness to land meaningful shots on Holloway. Volk also noted that Max's durability will likely be tested early because McGregor remains one of the most dangerous starters in the sport.
Can he be that sharp? Can he be that good with his timing? I don't believe he'll ever be that good again. But can he still have great timing, still be sharp, still have a good eye, 100%. I still think he's going to be able to hit Max. Max has got a great chin. I think he's going to have to rely on his chin a little bit. Max is much better now at being a little bit more defensive and not trying to just volume punch. He's going to know not to do that with someone like Conor as well, because he could get caught and get caught big if he was to try and, you know, be the fighter that he was earlier in his career, which I'll talk about, because I'm going to talk about even our fights and what I've seen changes in that since then and sort of now. You got to have the right fighter to be able to not fall into the traps that Conor puts. Khabib did a great job. Conor raced him to the cage thinking that he was going to panic punch, shoot and all that, but you could see that Khabib wasn't having any of it. Obviously just exited, but he's very defensive, got himself out of that position because he sort of knew that Conor was trying to pressure him.
Chael Sonnen talked about the most important concern associated with this fight, McGregor's weight at 170 pounds. Sonnen stated that there are many boxers who think that going up in weight is wrong, but he does not agree with this opinion. Sonnen, relying on his experience as a boxer in different weight classes, said that he knows well both the advantages and disadvantages of this situation. The point is that weight cannot be the only determinant of success.
So, I read this article. It actually ties in with the tweet the tweet that Anik put out, and it was a lot of fighters that have seen Conor, and they're speaking up that 170 pounds is a mistake. Okay. And I feel like I'm a really good one to weigh in on this. You know, you talk about pound for pound. In fairness, and not to put myself over, but in fairness, I'm one of the few guys that actually went pound for pound. I fought back when there was no weigh-ins. I fought when there was weigh-ins, but it didn't matter what you weighed. I fought at 185, 205, and 265 or 285, whatever heavyweight even is. And there's a very real thing to it, for sure.
Then Chael talked about his own career experience of having to lose more than 30 pounds within a very short period of time. It turned out that this was one of the most challenging experiences of his life from a physical perspective. However, what surprised him was that the weight cut did not improve his performance as a fighter. Also, he mentioned the scientific limit in terms of conditioning, which means that all athletes have some ceiling beyond which they cannot push themselves. Brendan Schaub thinks that despite the 5 years break, Conor McGregor will not be affected by this as much as expected in the fight between the two of them. Although Brendan Schaub admits that McGregor was not ready to deal with the new trends in MMA when he fought against Dustin Poirier, he argues that Max Holloway is an entirely different story altogether. According to him, Max Holloway is a very well-defined fighter and nothing much has changed about his game over time. Schaub then went on to tell how that very familiarity works to McGregor's advantage. Everybody knows what they're going to be getting when they step in the cage. It's great boxing, amazing stamina, always moving, incredible footwork, he said. He added that he doesn't think Max will turn all of a sudden towards wrestling or change his style completely. Due to this very reason, Schaub thinks that the lack of activity on McGregor's part is not such a big drawback as people believe. Angelo Bedetti, in particular, was skeptical about the idea that McGregor would be able to reproduce the same feat that he accomplished against Holloway, which was a while ago. The commentator reminded the viewers that their previous bout was held 13 years ago, and that, in fact, Conor was a lot more wrestling back then, managing to score several takedowns and having good amounts of control time. Ultimately, Bedetti came up with one of the best predictions among all commentators of the bout. He is sure that Max Holloway is a better fighter compared to Conor McGregor in all aspects, including striking ability, grappling ability, cardiovascular system, and also the overall knowledge of the fight game. Bedetti is absolutely certain that Conor does not have any sort of puncher's chance due to his prolonged absence from the octagon and drop in performance level. Tim Welch compares both fighters' recent activity and momentum, stressing how active Holloway has been in elite matchups. He lists Holloway's recent opponents and performances, including wins and losses against top competition, highlighting how consistently he's been fighting compared to McGregor's inactivity. The key point he pushes here is activity versus ring rust. Holloway has stayed in the fire, fighting top contenders and staying sharp, while McGregor has been away for years. Welch also expresses excitement about seeing McGregor back, but quickly shifts into concern, questioning whether that long break will seriously affect his timing and durability. Welch brings in betting odds and early fight hype, noting Holloway as a heavy favorite while McGregor sits as the underdog. He mentions McGregor already talking trash, including his "I'm going to sun you" type of comments, while Holloway responds confidently, refusing to be disrespected. The discussion shifts into the fact that this fight is scheduled at 170 pounds, which Welch sees as a major factor. He questions McGregor coming off a 5-year layoff and immediately jumping into a 5-round main event against someone as durable and experienced as Holloway, suggesting this is not an ideal comeback scenario. It doesn't matter which one of these two athletes will face in the upcoming battle. What is clear is that this is going to be one of the biggest comebacks in the history of the UFC. Even though Conor McGregor lost a couple of times recently, he is still the man who possesses enough star power, self-confidence, and knockout abilities to prove his place among the brightest stars of combat sports. On the other hand, Max Holloway remained an active competitor all the time. This is what gives this upcoming duel its uniqueness. Some expect Conor McGregor to surprise everyone once again. Some believe that the pace and the pressure from the side of Max Holloway are just going to be too much for Conor. In any case, the whole world of mixed martial arts is about to see which of these two will take the victory over the other one. Share your thoughts about this battle below.